What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with an update with Pork Chop. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so I might be posting this on Wednesday because tomorrow is the food review. God, that scares me every time I do that. There's like a piece under my car that like catches the wheel as I'm turning sometimes, and it pops. So y'all just saw me almost fucking defecate on myself, but it does it. The first few times I thought I hit something or whatever, but you know, just old cars, man. Sometimes they ain't what they used to be. But anyway, I wanted to make this video for you guys. This is like the 5th time I've tried to make this video, so maybe this will be the one that sticks. I don't know. It's just I get to the video and about halfway through, or I'm almost through, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna post this. This is just, you know, hot air. And hot air sometimes it annoys me, but I'm kind of like the king of doing it sometimes, because usually I like to hear the sound of my own voice, but that's neither here nor there. I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday, Thanksgiving. Hope you guys got everything that you wanted with friends, family, football. Hope your parlay hit, you know, all that good stuff. And I hope that you guys are going to have a fantastic holiday, being Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, Festivus, whatever you celebrate. Hope you guys are going to have a fantastic holiday. But wanted to mainly talk about the channel for the most part. I have some personal stuff going on, but I mean, you know, just take some of that stuff in stride, and some of that other stuff, like, it just comes and goes, you know. But the channel is vastly approaching. I'm hoping to hit it this week. If not this week, the next week, before Christmas would be nice. But this channel is approaching 1 million total views. That is across the videos, the shorts, the remixes, and the podcast formats, like all that good stuff. 1 million. And so when it comes up in conversation, people ask me, you know, oh, you have a YouTube channel, like, what do you post? And I'm like, food reviews and pretty much whatever the hell I want. And then I can add the little side note that, yeah, over 6,000 subscribers and 1 million views. And that doesn't specify if that 1 million views is one channel, or not one channel, one video or 2 videos. They don't have to know it's over 2,000 videos that accumulated that 1 million views. But it just sounds good on paper. It looks good on paper, and it sounds good coming out of the mouth hole area. And so 1 million views, you guys will probably be seeing a post here within the next few days or so. Kind of just how humble it is to get to 1 million views, man. Let alone, you know, 6,000 subscribers, which I never really saw coming, especially this year. I think I tripled. This is a good weird angle. I tripled my subscriber count in 2025, and I'm hoping to triple it in 2026. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. See what we can do with that. That being said, I just am so grateful to have y'all. Y'all are amazing. If it weren't for y'all, I would just be a random dude on the internet talking to himself in his car. You know, some videos get more views than others, some traction, but I mean, at the end of the day, as long as I, you know, get a dozen views or a couple hundred views, or with the shorts that I've been posting lately with the AI slop from Sora, yeah, I'm just calling it a spade a spade. Those get like 1,000 to upwards of 2,000 views, which is nice. So my math serves me correct. If I post one of those a day, I could get up to 7,000 to 14,000 views. If I keep doing that, just you know, ballparking it. But yeah, honestly, just want to thank y'all. You guys are fantastic. And you know, I know I asked earlier, or said earlier, I'm like, well, I hope everything's going great for you guys. Hope everything's doing well. Even if it's not doing well, you know, just, you know, have a positive mindset about it. I'm here for you if you ever need to talk. You can message me on Snapchat. You can get on my email. which is, obviously ColinPorkchop92@gmail.com. You guys can message me on that. Personally, if you know me, Facebook, YouTube comments, whatever you guys want to do. If you guys ever need anybody to talk to, or just want to talk to somebody or get a viewpoint, for what it's worth, just, message me, talk to me. We'll talk about it. Parasocial relationships is something that was very much a thing that I keep seeing as of late, especially because all these people are, doing these, romance scams and getting caught. The CoffeeZilla had a video about it, I think last week, and I watched the shit out of it. That was a good video. CoffeeZilla makes good stuff. So that parasocial relationship, that cost that lady like $500 a week or a month or something like that. For me, you can look at my face and you can talk to me for free if you want to. But that's up to you. That's for you, the piglets, to decide. But yeah, I'm here for you guys, spiritually, physically, emotionally, parasocially, like whatever you guys need. I've met a lot of cool people on this channel from parasocial relationships, and I've unfortunately lost somebody one way or another with the parasocial relationships. Specifically, Michael, hell of a guy. Friends on Facebook, he was a big part of Chris and I's Pick'em, and when he passed, it kind of I feel like that kind of died with him. Past couple years, Chris has been like, hey, you want to do the Pick'em again? I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where maybe I just need to let sleeping dogs lie. Like, I need to, let stuff go, you know what I'm saying? So that was a little bit of a, reflecting a little bit of a process where I'm just like, well, Michael kind of made the Pick'em for me, and, he's not here anymore. So honestly, it's just one of those things where it's kind of take your ball and go home, but not in the Notre Dame way. God, those losers. Absolute freaking losers. For those that don't know, the University of Notre Dame did not get into the 12-team college football playoff. So what they decided to do was they decided to screw over every upperclassman on that team, and not just the players, but some of the staff and stuff like that, by just saying, well, if we're not going to be in the playoff, then we're just not going to play in a bowl game. We're gonna refuse and decline any bowl game that comes our way. So whatever. I think they were up for potentially the Pop-Tart Bowl, which that's been kind of phenomenal to watch the past couple of years, especially. But Notre Dame's like, no, we're not making the playoff. We're taking our ball and we're going home. Screw these seniors, and the parents of the seniors that didn't know. Oh, that was my kid's last game? Oh, I thought we had a bowl game at least. Okay, I guess little junior over here is not going to be able to ever play football ever again, because he's not going to the NFL. He's not going to the UFL or CFL or whatever. He's probably done. He's probably going to take his degree and become something in that field. But that was just obnoxious, and a lot of schools are kind of following suit. I'm probably not hardcore, but loosely. I think multiple colleges are like, no, we're not going to do a bowl game. No, we're not going to do a bowl game. So if your team's in a bowl, I guess watch it, enjoy it, because the bowl game format might not be a thing within the next few years, I would assume. Because if your team doesn't make the playoff, then I guess what's the point, right? What's the point of, back in the day when A&M went to the Outback Bowl, they had a freaking buffet of Outback Steakhouse, when they got to, I think it was Florida. I can't remember what state it was in, but once they got there, they had a buffet of Outback, dude. I could eat my weight in a bloomin' onion for sure. So I would have been like, hell yeah, dude. Get to play football and I get to puke my guts out from eating 5 bloomin' onions or whatever. Yeah, so sorry, that was a tangent I went on, so I apologize for that. But what I'm trying to say is, take your ball and go home, like, in a respectful way. Like, be respectful about it. Don't, you know, throw it as a hissy fit. Throw it as, like, you know, like the like Ghost, like in Right Here, Right Now, do the crucifixion pose. Like, you know, put your hands out and your head down, and, you know, that shows that you've done everything that you could possibly for him. So, crucifixion pose it is, I guess, for the pick'em. Maybe, I don't know. I might change my tune maybe by this time, you know, next year or whatever. But I don't know. That's not for me to determine. It's for this thing to determine, because it gets in the way sometimes. But anywho, hope you guys are enjoying the AI slop that I'm posting, and I even have it on a playlist here on YouTube on my channel called AI Slop. So everything that I make with Sora just gets thrown on there. So if you like the AI stuff, go for it. Watch it right there. If you don't, then I got over 2,000 other videos you can watch, food reviews, gameplay, and otherwise. So go pick one of those to watch, and, you know, let go and let God and all that good stuff. There's a lot of people moving out of houses. Anyhow, but there we go. Also, real quick, just wanted to talk about one more topic before I get out of here. The whole thing about, well, I thought I had a topic, but I forgot what I was going to talk about, honestly. I was like, I had to, you know, the Windows 92 is what I like to call it up here. As I'm getting older, it's getting a little bit slower, and definitely should have been upgraded at least a decade ago, but nothing I could do about it. I've always had kind of a bad memory. So if anybody wants to be my historian, I'll take applications. Like I said, email me, colinporkchop92@gmail.com. Use the headline, use the subject as historian, pork chop historian. If you guys want to do that, go for it. But anyway, so I guess what I was trying to say was 2026, kind of going forward, because this, excuse me, might be the last update with pork chop I make for the year. I don't know, I could make 2 more, I could make 1 more, I could make no more, who knows. But gonna start focusing heavily on the food reviews and on food content such as that. And I might be taking a back seat with the gaming in some aspects, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I'll announce that when I get to it. Some of you guys that probably already watch the channel, like, probably already know what I'm referring to, but definitely gonna, you know, kind of take a step back from some of that. But, you know, June vlog challenge is still, you know, a thing that I'm gonna do, and so is Shoptober. So I just really wanted to just touch base with you guys, because I feel like it's been a hot minute since I touched base with y'all, and I feel like that I need to do this more often, but I always forget, or, you know, on the way home I'd rather jam out to Ghost, or right now I'm jamming out to my my top 100 from 2025, and Ghost was the winner. So there we go. All right, y'all, I'm home now. So if you could please subscribe to become a piglet, I greatly appreciate that. Also turn the bell notification on, that way you're notified every time I do a food review, gameplay, vlog, or miscellaneous video. You're in the know. And what's better than knowing that I'm making spaghetti for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna go review the Freddy Fazbear's combo meal. Don't know really the whole name for it, at Popeyes. So always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys. I might post this, I might not. We'll see.